The 2025 WNBA Draft was supposed to be a glamorous celebration, a defining night where the league's next generation officially arrived. Instead, it spiraled into controversy. Hailey Van Lith, the fiery guard coming off an impressive college stretch, didn't just attend the event. She commanded attention. And before the night was over, she took an unexpected jab at Caitlin Clark, the reigning face of women's basketball. What followed wasn't simple draft night chatter. It turned into a headline-grabbing spectacle that shocked fans, analysts, and even fellow players. Rather than a confident introduction to the pros, it became a miscalculation that humbled Van Lith before she ever played a WNBA minute. Picture the electric atmosphere inside the shed at Hudson Yards in New York City. The 2025 draft carried massive momentum. Riding the surge of a record-setting season, Clark, the Indiana Fever superstar, had reshaped the league as a rookie. Attendance soared, television ratings exploded, and lucrative broadcast partnerships followed. Her deep shooting range and elite playmaking drew comparisons to NBA greats, and her influence was impossible to ignore. With marquee prospects like Paige Buchers and Van Lith in the spotlight, the night seemed primed to extend that success. No one expected what came next. Selected 11th overall by the Chicago Sky, Van Lith brought a compelling journey with her. She battled through a winding college path at Louisville, LSU, and TCU, earning a reputation for toughness and relentless competitiveness. Her reunion with former LSU teammate Angel Reese added intrigue, hinting at an exciting partnership in Chicago. Yet Van Lith wasn't satisfied with simply celebrating her draft moment. She carried unfinished business dating back to 2023, when Clark dropped 41 points against LSU in the Elite Eight, punctuated by the now viral, "You can't see me" gesture. That memory clearly lingered. Then came the turning point. During a pre-draft segment, Van Lith was asked a lighthearted question. Start, bench, or cut 3 stars, Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, and Caitlin Clark. Intended as playful banter, the prompt became combustible. With cameras rolling, she chose to start Taurasi, bench Ionescu, and cut Clark. For a brief moment, the arena seemed stunned before erupting into murmurs. Online reactions spread instantly. Many fans couldn't believe she had targeted the league's biggest draw so directly. If that wasn't enough, her post-selection interview added fuel. Without naming Clark outright, Van Lith spoke about earning everything the hard way, suggesting that some players had been elevated by hype. The implication was obvious. The underdog narrative she appeared to be crafting instead sounded like a challenge thrown at the league's most marketable star. It was bold but risky. The backlash was swift. Social media users dissected the numbers. Van Lith's college production was strong. Nearly 20 points per game at Louisville and 18 at TCU. But Clark's resume was historic. She rewrote NCAA scoring records and led Iowa to consecutive national championship appearances, producing stat lines that felt unreal. Beyond statistics, Clark packed arenas and lifted the league's visibility to new heights. Analysts weighed in quickly. Some described Van Lith's remarks as confidence masking frustration. Others highlighted the irony. Clark's impact helped make the 2025 draft one of the most watched in league history, drawing over 1 million viewers. By challenging the player credited with elevating the sports profile, Van Lith risked alienating the very audience she needed to win over. Even certain WNBA veterans quietly reacted online, signaling that the league had taken notice. What was meant to be a celebratory night became a defining lesson. In a league experiencing unprecedented growth, timing and tone matter. And before she ever stepped onto a WNBA court, Hailey Van Lith learned just how powerful and how dangerous words can be. You don't challenge the queen unless you're fully prepared to handle the consequences. And what unfolded next was nothing short of remarkable. The most powerful response came from Caitlin Clark, not through words, but through restraint. As Hailey Van Lith's comments circulated online and sparked debate, Clark remained completely silent. No social media reactions, no interviews firing back, no subtle digs. Instead, one brief camera shot said everything. A calm, knowing smile as the shade was thrown her way. It was the same composed expression she wore in college before silencing opponents with a deep three-pointer. Just days later, Clark was seen at a youth basketball camp, patiently coaching kids and signing autographs for hours. The contrast couldn't have been clearer. While VanLith appeared focused on headlines, Clark seemed intent on building something lasting. Then the narrative shifted even further. Shortly after the draft, Clark grabbed attention again, this time stepping onto the court during an Indiana Pacers game to toss merchandise into the crowd, effortlessly becoming the center of attention. Few rookies in league history have commanded that kind of spotlight before playing a regular season game. In a preseason matchup, Clark reminded everyone why she's considered the league's premier attraction. She poured in 28 points, dished out 8 assists, and collected 5 rebounds, drilling deep threes and orchestrating the offense with poise beyond her years. At the same time, cameras occasionally caught VanLith still in warm-ups, awaiting her opportunity. Social media users didn't miss the symbolism, quickly filling timelines with comparisons and memes. Statistically, Clark's rookie campaign was historic. She set records for scoring and assists by a rookie guard and recorded the first rookie triple-doubles in league history. In an unprecedented achievement, she earned both Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month honors in the same month. Meanwhile, VanLith had yet to log a professional minute. The gap in resume only intensified public scrutiny. The broader WNBA community responded as well. Reports surfaced of anonymous players emphasizing that respect is earned through performance, not draft night remarks. A veteran publicly acknowledged Clark's role in elevating league revenue and exposure, suggesting that recognition was due. League executives were acutely aware of her influence. Ticket demand reportedly surged after her draft declaration, merchandise sales spiked dramatically, and new broadcast partnerships with ESPN and Amazon expanded primetime reach. Clark's presence wasn't just athletic, it was economic. Behind the scenes, VanLith faced additional pressure. Rumors indicated that some teams hesitated during the draft process, questioning how her outspoken confidence might translate into a professional locker room. The Chicago Sky ultimately selected her, hoping her connection with Angel Reese would foster chemistry. Reese herself had navigated a highly publicized rivalry with Clark and learned to share the national spotlight. VanLith, however, now faced the challenge of proving her value at the next level. The storyline intensified when the season opener scheduled a matchup between the Sky and the Indiana Fever. Anticipation skyrocketed. For VanLith, it presented a chance to validate her words. For Clark, it was simply another game to dominate. Every possession, shot, and decision would be dissected and compared. Fans were already speculating about another explosive scoring night from Clark, while questioning how VanLith would respond under immense pressure. Through it all, Clark remained focused. Training footage showed her locked in, refining her shot and preparing for a long season. Her rookie year had already delivered milestones, becoming the fastest to reach 100 three-pointers, setting all-star assist records, and rewriting franchise history. Teams adjusted marketing campaigns around her visits, and arenas prepared for sellout crowds whenever she appeared. Respect, it seemed, was being earned possession by possession. For VanLith, the road ahead is undeniably steep. Professional basketball is different from college rivalries fueled by emotion and trash talk. In a league experiencing renewed momentum, perception matters. By targeting a player widely credited with expanding the sport's visibility, she placed herself under a microscope before establishing her own professional resume. As the dust settles, one truth stands out. Caitlin Clark doesn't need verbal rebuttals. Her performance provides the response. VanLith now has an opportunity, and the burden, to let her game speak just as loudly. When the Sky and Fever finally meet, the scoreboard will offer clarity. In the WNBA, reputation is built through results, and every possession will shape the narrative moving forward. So what do you think? Can the VanLith and Angel Reese pairing truly challenge Clark's Indiana Fever? The conversation is just beginning.